Hello, the Infinite Man is back again at your service, and I'm going to continue reading this wonderful idea of approaching our educational system. The teacher was educated 30 years earlier. In 30 years, everything has changed, and he goes on repeating what he was taught. He is out of date, and he is making his students out of date. So in my vision, the teacher has no place. Instead of teachers, there will be guides, and the difference has to be understood. The guide will tell you where in the library to find the latest information on any subject. And teaching should not be done in the old-fashioned way, because television can do it in a far better way, can bring the latest information without any problems. The teacher has to appeal to your ears. Television appeals directly to your eyes. And the impact is far greater because the eyes absorb 80% of your life situations. They are the most alive part. If you can see something, there is no need to memorize it. But if you listen to something, you have to memorize it. Almost 98% of education can be delivered through television, and the questions that students will ask can be answered by computers. The teacher should be only a guide to show you the right channel, to show you how to use the computer, how to find the latest book. His function will be totally different. He is not imparting knowledge. He is just making you aware of the contemporary knowledge, of the latest knowledge. He is only a guide. With these considerations, I divide education into 5 dimensions. The first is information, like history, geography, and many other subjects that can be dealt with by television and computer together. The second part should be sciences. They can be imparted by television and computer too, but they are more complicated, and the human guide will be more necessary. The first dimension also includes languages. Every person in the world should know at least 2 languages. One is his mother tongue, and the other is English as an international vehicle of communication. They can also be taught more accurately by television. The accent, the grammar, everything can be taught more correctly than by human beings. We can create in the world an atmosphere of brotherhood. Language connects people, and language disconnects too. There is right now no international language. This is due to our prejudices. English is perfectly capable because it is known by more people around the world on a wider scale, although it is not the first language. The first is Spanish, as far as population is concerned, but its population is concentrated. It is not spread all over the world. The second is Chinese. That is even more concentrated, only in China. As far as numbers goes, these languages are spoken by more people, but the question is not of numbers. The question is of spread. English is the most widespread language, and people should drop their prejudices. They should look at the reality. There have been many efforts to create languages to avoid the prejudices. The Spanish people can say their language should be the international language because it is spoken by more people than almost any other language. To avoid these prejudices, languages like Esperanto have been created, but no created language has been able to function. There are a few things which grow, which cannot be created. A language is a growth of thousands of years. Esperanto looks so artificial that all those efforts have failed. But it is absolutely necessary to create two languages. First, the mother tongue, because there are feelings that you can say only in your mother tongue. One of my professors, a world traveler who has been a professor of philosophy in many countries, used to say that in a foreign language you can do everything, but when it comes to a fight or to love, you feel that you are not being true and sincere to your feelings. So for your feelings and for your sincerity, your mother tongue, which you imbibe with the milk of the mother, which becomes part of your blood and bones and marrow. But that is not enough. That creates small groups of people and makes others strangers. The second is the inquiry of scientific subjects, which is tremendously important because it is half of reality, the outside reality. And the third would be what is missing in present-day education, the art of living. People have taken it for granted that they know what love is. They don't know. And by the time they know, it is too late. Every child should be helped to transform his anger, hatred, jealousy into love. An important part of the third dimension should also be a sense of humor. Our so-called education makes people sad and serious. And if 1/3 of your life is wasted in a university in being sad and serious, it becomes ingrained. You forget the language of laughter. And the man who forgets the language of laughter has forgotten much of the life. So love, laughter, and acquaintances with life and its wonders, its mysteries, these birds singing in the tree should not go unheard. The trees and the flowers and the stars should have a connection with your heart. The sunrise and the sunset will not be just outside things. They should be something inner too. A reference for life should be the foundation of the third dimension. And I have more to read out to you. Thank you for watching. Namaste.